This is a strange new study. It shows warmer weather causes more Americans to drink and eat more foods with sugar in them. The study was done by researchers at Cardiff University in Wales. The researchers found as temperatures warmed up by nearly 2 degrees Fahrenheit, people would increase their sugar consumption by nearly a gram a day. Scientists warn that if global warming continues on this current path, people will likely increase their sugar consumption by nearly 3 grams a day. That's really weird.
Oh, no.
Gotta have that ice cream when it's warm.
Yeah, I have ice cream when it's cold. I don't even care. Well, in Georgia, heavy storm damage caused trees to topple and crush homes and cars. The storm hit the Hinesville area last night. Luckily, none of that here, though, Delaney.
Yeah, well, here in our neck of the woods, we're seeing some warmer temperatures as we head through the week. We'll be back into those 80s by Friday. It's a little bit warmer and more humid for your weekend, but I think a more dry trend as we head through the next week or so, starting the month of September.
Gotta water my tomatoes.
There you go, yeah.
The rain I need.
Yeah. Slight chances of rain over a couple slight chances this week, but mostly dry conditions, so.
Alrighty, we'll be right back.